Today, the talented director Umut Aral is here with us on Yo Quiero Verte. Thank you very much, Umut, for this interview.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your show. Hi to Argentina. Hi from Istanbul.
It's amazing how art connects people, right?
Yes, incredible. I mean, just to be a part of a show in Argentina right now, it's exciting for me.
Okay, I've gotta say I've watched the Protector and I loved the series. I couldn't stop watching it. So I really wanted to ask you when and how you started directing this series.
Oh, it's a really amazing story for me because like the first time that I heard the news that they're gonna release a Turkish language show for Netflix in Turkey on a newspaper, I wasn't a part of the team. So I read the news and they were saying like they're gonna adapt a book which was about a young guy working in a grand bazaar with special powers and etc. And I bought the book and I read the book. Then afterwards, I started my own pitch, like my own vision, my own imagination, how I'm going to see the show and how I'm going to do a series out of it. But without knowing anyone from the production company, without knowing anyone from Netflix at all. So I was working so hard for that, and I was trying to find a contact from Netflix to present my own pitch about the show. And while I was doing it, I received a call from the producers of The Protector. They called me and they invited me to have a talk about the show. And once I was there, I had my own vision, prepared pages with images and music and everything. And they were so amazed because like they weren't expecting someone so well prepared. And then afterwards, we met with the team in Los Angeles with Netflix, and I suddenly became a part of the show and the leading director of the show at the end.
That's great. That's great. When watching the series, as I've just said, I felt that I couldn't stop watching it, and that I really admired the characteristics of the characters. I felt that I admired Zeynep for being so brave and selfless, and that I admire Hakan for being so brave as well and
So
embracing.
selfish, so selfish and stupid.
Okay, at the beginning, but then then he embraced his mission, right? In spite of that, and even the characters that made bad decisions, like Lavant, for example, I felt that I could understand them because the story is so well created, and the emotions of the characters feel so real. I wanted to ask you how you worked with the actors to achieve that, to achieve this and making them feel so real.
For us, the main challenge was to convince mainly Turkish audience because like our we Turkish people, we're not used to that kind of superhero shows that I mean just people, heroes with abilities and that kind of stuff. So it was almost the first time that we're going to do a show like this about a hero. So we said like, okay, if we're going to do this, we have to convince people. So they have to be real, okay, with the flaws, with the mistakes, with selfishness, with all the stupidness, everything. So we said from the beginning, they should be real, especially Hakan. And Hakan was a really Turkish guy. And the way, I mean, highly talented Çağatay took that character to a point that was like that. He took it for real. So he said like, what if I become a hero like this? First, I'm going to refuse everything because like it's not going to be real. I mean, he's going to react like this is not real. I mean, Zeynep and her father is con people. They're trying to con him and everything. So that was mainly the beginning point of our research for the characters. And Zeynep, is a really, really great female character that I saw throughout that kind of series. And she became a big, I mean, just hero of the show as herself. Not aside Hakan, but herself as a leading hero of the show. So, and also on Faisal's side, with Okan, and he's an amazing actor as well. We've been trying to find the real meaning of being immortal, and we wanted to make everything look realistic. Like, how come an immortal can survive blending to the population without showing himself throughout this like 600 years? Like, he started being a, I mean, just he came to the world in Ottoman times, and he stayed there until 2020. So we always ask, I mean, lots of questions about the characters to make them look real. So probably that's why, like, people sometimes they are blaming us because, like, I mean, just they are saying, like, especially on the second season, how can he's stupid? He's making big mistakes, like he's not making good decisions. But on the third season, you already see, like, he also evolved. He grew up, so he decided to be a real hero. So he decided to make good decisions. But before, like everyone else, before you make good decisions, you have to make bad decisions. You have to learn life. So that was the reason. Like, we wanted to make it real with all those flaws and all those mistakes, so people can rely to the characters. So you can also say as an audience, like, I can be Hakan or I can be Zeynep. That's, I think that's why, like, people love those characters.
Yes, and I think it's really good to have this kind of message on a TV series, that we can all make mistakes and learn and evolve. Apart from being a really good series, and I mean, generating this of wanting to watch episode after episode, it also has this great message for the audience.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, just I saw that audience start to say, like, especially on the third season, what's going to be Hakan's biggest mistake this time. But I mean, honestly, like, I like it. Okay, so because, like, it makes the show unique. And I mean, like you said, if it was a superhero with any, I mean, just any negative sides, you know, like any problems, any contradictions, that would have been like any other shows that we are already watching right now. So I think this, I mean, apart from Istanbul, this is what makes the Protector unique. This full of flaws characters.
Yes, and can you tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes? Is there any anecdote that maybe you remember for anything in particular, so that we can get to know a little bit more about this experience of creating the Protector?
Honestly, like, it was a great experience to work with Çağatay, Hazar, Okan, Funda. I mean, just all those talented people. Those actors are really A-list actors in Turkey, and I always wanted to work with them, each one of them, to have them together in one. I mean, just one series. It's an amazing chance for a director. So I mean, just we were like kind of a family throughout the shooting, and we were like having so much fun, and we were always making jokes about ourselves, jokes about the show itself. So it was, I mean, it was really hard sometimes to work because of the conditions, because of the big scenes, fight sequences, shootouts, or like, I don't know, like airplanes blowing up stuff. So, but at the same time, we were always like down to earth, like making jokes and having a good time. And I think that you can see it on the show, like everybody's enjoying being a part of the show. Um, I mean, for behind the scenes, I mean, just honestly, like, I cannot come up with a nice anecdote right now, but I can tell you that, I mean, there's going to be a hell of a season waiting for you, the fourth season. because like the third season, I mean, for those people who haven't watched it, I don't want to give spoilers, but you probably watched it all. It ended up at Ottoman time, and we went back to the ancestor, the first protector, with Hakan. So I mean, on the fourth season, there will be lots of Ottoman scenes that you're going to see, and lots of questions are going to be revealed, and new characters are going to join in. The old characters are going to go on, and I mean, I've been receiving lots of questions and critics about Hakan and Zeynep love. What's going to happen to them? I mean, I can say to the audience, wait for it, okay? Wait for it.
Okay, yes, we are really looking forward to the fourth season. And I also wanted to ask you, what is it like to work on Netflix? I mean, you've done TV commercials, documentaries, music videos, and the list continues. You've got plenty of experience in storytelling. What is it like to work for Netflix? Is it different from working on other platforms? What is it like?
I mean, I always considered myself as a storyteller. So, I mean, in any medium like commercials, short films, music videos, or TV series, I always try to dig into find a nice story to tell and a nice way to tell to people. So working for Netflix is an amazing experience, honestly. And they came up with a great offer to me because like I love the story of the Protector. And I was raised with comic books. I'm a big fan of genre movie, action, superheroes, that kind of stuff. And it was a first for Turkish movie sector as well to do such kind of show. So I was really amazed to be working with such experienced and talented people in Netflix side and also in Turkish side as well, because like in Turkey we had really experienced, really A-list people working as a part of the team. I mean, starting from the producer to the, I mean, to the makeup, to the art department, to the camera and sound. Everyone was really selected. Netflix is a huge studio operating, I mean, almost all over the world, and they are producing great shows, which I'm also a fan of watching. So working with them, I learned a lot. And because like we've been working with executives from LA, from Europe, um, together with the Turkish people, Turkish executives. So it's been a great learning stage for me. I learned a lot throughout the process, how big studios are taking care of like their own series, how they are developing. And I think that I gave a lot to the project as well. That's why I'm still there on the fourth season. And I'm really happy to be part of this journey of the Protector.
Yes, and thanks to Netflix and The Protector, for example, such as other amazing stories, we get to learn a lot about other cultures. I mean, at least for me, it was amazing to see, for example, Istanbul in The Protector and learn a lot about a different culture. And you've worked with people who speak different languages and who are from different places of the world. And what can you tell us from that experience, from having this opportunity to create and share art with different cultures?
First of all,